If you look up, way above the colorful streets of Lisbon, there's this silhouette that's been watching over the city for centuries. That's São Jorge Castle. It's a true icon, and today we're going to dive into its incredible story. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if these ancient walls could actually talk? Imagine the stories every single stone could tell. Stories of conquest, of royalty, of total reinvention. Well, guess what? This one has. For over 1,000 years, this castle has been the silent narrator of Lisbon's entire history, and we're about to listen in. So to really understand this landmark, we have to go way back. I'm talking way, way back. We're starting at its very foundations to see how it became the fortress we see today. Okay, so this timeline really lays out the castle's wild ride. It all starts in the 9th century as a Moorish fortress. I mean, that high ground gave them a totally unbeatable view. Then, bam, the 12th century hits, and there's a huge power shift. It's conquered by Christians and gets a total makeover into a home for Portuguese nobility. Fast forward to the 14th century, and it gets a royal upgrade under King Pedro I to really project some serious power. And, get this, even after the massive, devastating earthquake of 1755, it rises again, restored and resilient. Every single phase just adds another fascinating layer to its story. Now, with a history that rich, you just know the architecture itself has a story to tell. And it does. You can actually see where different cultures literally built their identity right into the castle walls. It's amazing. So on one hand, you've got its original Moorish DNA. You can still spot it in those elegant, rounded arches and distinct columns, a clear nod to its 9th century builders. But then you jump forward to the 19th century, and a Gothic revival style takes over during some major renovations. We're talking pointed arches and all these decorative details that add a completely different layer of European grandeur. It's this stunning blend of two worlds, all in one structure. All right, let's bring it to the present day and see what this all looks like now. We're going to take a virtual walk inside the castle walls and really get a feel for what it's like to be there today. The very first thing you need to wrap your head around is just how huge this place is. We're talking 10 hectares. And to put that into perspective for you, that's more than 25 acres. Yeah, this isn't just one building. It's a massive complex of courtyards, towers, and gardens just waiting for you to explore. And in all that space, there are some absolute must-sees. I mean, the castle's towers, they give you these breathtaking panoramic views of the city and the Tagus River. You can literally wander through some of the best preserved Moorish archways in all of Portugal. And then there's the garden of the castle, an incredible green space that feels like this hidden, peaceful escape from the busy city right below. And that main tower we were just talking about, it stands at a staggering 40 meters tall. That's about 131 feet, completely commanding the skyline. You can feel its presence all across Lisbon. But, the castle isn't just about ancient stones. It's also home to a modern museum that's all about telling the story of Portugal. So the building itself is this amazing historical artifact, and inside it's actively preserving and sharing the nation's culture. How cool is that? Stepping into that museum is seriously like taking a walk through time. You can check out incredible Moorish art and artifacts from the castle's earliest days. You can relive Portugal's famous age of exploration, and you get to explore all the details of that Gothic revival architecture that shaped so much of the country. And that brings us to something really important. The São Jorge Castle isn't some dusty old relic sitting behind a velvet rope. No way. It's a living, breathing part of modern Lisbon. Just think about it. On any given day, these ancient walls might be the backdrop for a live concert filling the courtyard with music. Or maybe they're hosting huge events for the Lisbon Festival. They even put on historical reenactments, bringing the castle's medieval past roaring back to life for a whole new generation. And yet, with all that activity, it somehow keeps this incredible sense of peace. This quote just captures it perfectly. It's a true oasis where you can just step away from it all, completely surrounded by 1,000 years of history. And that story, it's in really good hands. A major restoration was just completed back in 2015, which makes sure this landmark isn't just surviving, it's thriving. It's a real commitment to keeping its legacy alive for many, many generations to come. So it's been a fortress, a royal palace, and now a museum and a cultural hub. It really makes you wonder, right? As Lisbon keeps changing and growing, what new chapter is going to be written into the stones of São Jorge Castle? What on earth will these walls witness next?